Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. While you're at it, hit that subscribe, like, and share button. This ugly guy who's ugly inside and out, his name is Keon King, and he's been accused of killing Kada Scott, 23-year-old young girl, and you just gotta listen to this story to believe it. Again, you're not gonna believe this, but listen to the story. Let me know what you think.
The big story on Action News is the update into the investigation into Kada Scott's disappearance and death. Authorities say tips from the public helped lead them to Kada's body, as well as a torched car connected to the case. Kada went missing October 4th while working an overnight shift.
Action News reporter Chad Bradelli standing by right now with more on the suspect's criminal past. But we're going to begin with reporter Taronda Thomas live at the site of the vigil for Kada right now with an investigative update today. Taronda.
Yes, Brian and Sarah, this is the abandoned school where Kada Scott's body was found, and now it's going to be the site of a vigil that's being organized right now. I want to give you a look at a place where people have been leaving flowers and balloons in memory of Kada. The site is also key because investigators say they have video evidence from nearby. They're using it to build a case against the suspect who was originally facing kidnapping charges and is now facing a lot more.
Our hearts are broken beyond measure.
The family of Kada Scott devastated by the latest developments in her disappearance and death.
It has been confirmed that these are the human remains of Kada Scott.
Now comes the work to bring her killer to justice. Today, the Philadelphia District Attorney announced new charges against the prime suspect, 21-year-old Keon King. Those charges include tampering with evidence and arson. Investigators have connected King to a black Hyundai that was stolen the day before Kada Scott went missing and found on fire a few days later.
We recovered additional evidence, including video evidence that confirms that this vehicle, we believe, is the vehicle that Mr. Keon King used to move Ms. Scott.
The suspect's cell phone data also connects him to sites linked to that black Hyundai. King is also facing conspiracy charges. Investigators looking into whether someone else was involved driving a gold Toyota police recovered last week.
We believe the people in these vehicles are working together.
The district attorney's office anticipates filing homicide charges once the autopsy is complete. A tip led to the discovery of Kada Scott's body on Saturday when police searched the grounds of the vacant Ada Lewis Middle School a second time.
They did give more specific details in terms of where to look, and ultimately that is what led us to her.
Just as the community came together to search, they're asked to come together to support. City Council member Anthony Phillips collecting donations for Scott's family.
Kada Scott mattered. Her life matters.
Scott's family, speaking through a statement, encourages the community now to focus not on her death, but on her life.
Please honor Kada's memory by showing kindness and care to one another, just as she did every day of her life.
And you're taking a look at the podium that's being set up for this vigil that's going to be held in Kada's honor. We do know that community members, local and state dignitaries will be here because, you know, this story has gotten local and national attention. So many people caring and praying for Kada Scott, now seeing this end be so tragic. Now, the district attorney's office will not say how Kada Scott and the suspect knew each other, just that there was likely some sort of cell phone communication. The district attorney's office is also still taking tips in this case. They're asking for the community's help. For those wanting to donate to the Scott family, they're collecting donations that include things like gift cards, personal care items, and non-perishable food. Those can be dropped off at the office of Councilmember Anthony Phillips on Wadsworth Avenue. We are live in East Mount Airy. Taronda Thomas, Channel 6 Action News.
Okay, Taronda, thank you. Let's switch live now to Action News reporter Chad Bradelli with more on a previous case against King that was abruptly dropped earlier this year, and new questions around that today, Chad.
Yeah, Brian, as you know, there have long been critics of District Attorney Larry Krasner, and some of those critics are getting much louder, and it's because of his office's handling of a prior case involving Keon King. Hanging from an overpass on the Vine Street Expressway is a sign that reads, "Kada's blood is on Krasner's hands." District Attorney Larry Krasner and his office have come under fire for withdrawing charges against Keon King related to a separate domestic violence and kidnapping case earlier this year. It happened on the 1900 block of North 23rd Street. King allegedly attempted to break into the home of a woman, appeared to be holding a gun, and repeatedly peered through windows. After several failed attempts to enter the residence, court records say that when the complainant left her house with a friend, King jumped out of his car, yanked her by her hair, threw into his car, and threatened he'd kill the friend if she intervened. He then allegedly assaulted the victim in the car as he drove through Philadelphia before eventually dropping her off in Fishtown. The case was eventually withdrawn by the DA's office after the alleged victim and witness failed to show up for court. Krasner again admitted mistakes during a press conference today.
The buck stops here. That is on me, that it was not handled in that fashion.
Last week, the DA appeared critical of the judge in the case, saying bail was set too low at $200,000. 10% of which King paid to get out on bond, and claimed his office didn't petition for a higher bail as to not anger, quote, judges on call overnight. A spokesperson for the courts, Marty O'Rourke, put out a statement last week saying in part, the DA's comments are appallingly disrespectful and a sad attempt on his part to find a scapegoat for his own failings on this matter.
As we have indicated before, I do believe that there is a way this could have been presented without those witnesses.
And one way the DA admits and critics acknowledge, it's tough to try cases when a complainant or witnesses do not come forward. But in that prior case, there was significant video evidence of much of the alleged crime. I'm live in East Mount Airy. Chad Perdelli, Channel 6 Action News. Back to you guys.
Thank
Now, guys, here's where this case really has a terrible turn, because earlier in the year, this guy, Keon, had done this to another young lady except for the murder part. And the DA had enough to actually charge this guy from the film footage that they had. However, since the young lady did not show up in court, they dropped the case. So this is why you have them calling the DA Krasner out, because they're saying that he should have kept the guy in jail or charged him with the earlier crime instead of dropping it. And he even admitted to everybody in the news that he dropped the ball. Leave a comment about how do you think about many of repeat felons or criminals are getting like slaps on the wrist, or they're not having bail set, or they're getting out. Now, when you think about black femicide, every 2 days, 10 black women or girls are being murdered. So instead of marching in the streets and advocating for our future killings, maybe we should advocate for ourselves.